I am NetMoverSitan. Welcome to Boombuster, the Kickstarter demo. A friend recommended this. Yeah, Crash calls, he wants to spin back. Yes, bounce jump. I need to do the... Yes, I need to aim the opposite direction of where I want to bounce, and then... yes. Then slide down. And now for the core mechanic of this. Where once I have the bombs, I need to not spin. Otherwise I'll drop them. Ah, yes. Super. Yes.
Here's a real blockbuster.
Is it just me? Or does anyone else feel like when they're playing this, they're actually a villain protagonist? Because this wizard was getting rid of the bombs and other things because all he wanted was a good night's sleep, and these two are a couple of unapologetic noise producers. Yes, it's relatively simple for now, but it will only get more complicated as it goes along. Getting progressively harder, as they usually do. Oh yes, and there is a time limit. Where if I don't get the bombs in time, they go boom. Oh yes, and it's clear that there's a counter. That's the number of bombs remaining for this act. And now we have summoned minions of this wizard to deal with. What? You really think that they'll make it that easy? Yeah. Now that is hopelessly optimistic.
Here's a real blockbuster.
Ah yes, moving platforms. This is likely to complicate matters. Ah, spiked opponents. Yes, they should not be jumped on. Although, well, they can be spun. And yes, I know I missed that one. Ooh, that was close. And then there's a spike pit and temporary platforms. Yes, it's obvious what not to do with the spike pits. And that's fall into it. Honestly, they give the impression that they just don't care how the wizard feels. Where it's a matter of they have their fun blowing things up or making explosions, and that's all that matters. Ah yes, that's what dash move is for. Additional... additional mobility. Yes, I think that's one reason why I've already learned another language. As I can barely speak English. Well, that was good timing, wasn't it? Ooh, you walked into that one, didn't you?
Here's a real blockbuster.
Ah yes, a switch. Where only one way can be opened at a time. Oh yes, a spring. Well, if it's good enough for certain spiky blue rodents, And this one is not one that can be spun, only jumped on. Yes, the inverse of that. Oh yes, and now it's complicated more by one-way paths. Yes. I can go through them in one direction, but in another, it's not possible. Yes, I know, not much in the way of a error margin, is there? And now I need to slide through there in order to actually get to anything that's under here, and also through there. Just remember, jump on those, spin those.
Here's a real blockbuster.
Oh yes, the jello. While it can't be bounced on, it will certainly bounce away bombs if they drop it. Ooh, those bombs. Yes, annoying, isn't it? When they don't drop where you want to. And I need to be more careful when running into those. And now there are conveyor belts. So now I need to worry about dropping them in the pipes, and also that they don't fall into the wrong ones or that's back. Anyone get the feeling that these two have connections? of some powerful people. That's the only thing that would explain how they haven't been arrested for a crime to do with noise pollution, disturbing the peace, that sort of thing. Or perhaps they're so dangerous that no prosecutor would dare press charges on them. Ooh, yeah. Now that's a dark tone, isn't it? Organised crime. Oh yes, and that's a bottomless pit. Something else that's best avoided.
Here's a real blockbuster.
Okay, they clearly lifted this from Donkey Kong Country. Yes, something with an arrow pointing at the direction of where you'll be blasted off. And yes, I've noticed that there's now 3 types of bombs. Well, there is now, rather than just 2. Now there's these goblins with pointy sticks. And then there's Chinese techniques. Yes, and as for these bars, they do not allow for any bombs to pass through. But thankfully, other things can go through. Yes, well, I need to go down there if I want to do the orange and purple lights. As for the green ones, well, that's much easier. Yes. Bad timing on my part, wasn't it? And okay. Who put Super Mario World in this? Because that was clearly lifted from that game. Well, in this case it's the green pipe that has that in the way, rather than the other two. Yes, see what I mean? Try and drop it down there, and, well, it went back. Well, this will certainly make guessing it's in the pipes harder. Right, let's see what this mini-boss involves, and yeah, the wizard is definitely sleep deprived. Ooh, you make fireballs, wants them to burn. And in this case, I hardly think it's surprise. Because after what they've been dealing to him, it would be enough to drive even the sane insane. Honestly, this is pouring salt into the wind. I mean, it's bad enough that they keep him awake all night. And now they bombard him? Yeah. If the wizard isn't a sympathetic villain protagonist, I'd like to know what he is. And yes, I did notice that he could also be lightning. Haven't they done enough damage to his psyche? Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I don't think turning off the lights will help out. Although considering I sleep deprived due to a large amount of explosions repeatedly going on, and I speak from personal experience regarding this, sleep deprivation is not exactly good for encouraging rational thoughts. And yes, I know, he's summoning his minions to try and get in the way. And no, it does not provide immunity to fireballs. Yeah, these selfish turds are unsympathetic.
Your nose is big and you're orange.
Here's a real blockbuster.
It looks like there's a wait until we get the full adventure of these two turd dogs. Until next time, hail the rabbit!